Anime. Finally awake for one of these. Yeah, what's your circadian rhythm when you're not working? Is it like I'm gonna stay up till 3 a.m. type of sleep? And then sleep until noon? Is that your rhythm? I don't know how long I'll be going, probably like only an hour, maybe 2 hours. But I'm gonna have a busy week, this upcoming week, so I might not be able to stream as much, but I really want to finish this expansion this week, so I'm like getting it in when I can. I trust you're well rested and refreshed. Yes, let us return to the front. The greater part of the Alliance forces should have advanced to the peaks by now, but I expect we will pass many of our comrades on the east coast. There's a checkpoint along the way, but as I recall, we will only need to identify ourselves to the soldiers in order to pass. Yes, because I mod for a fellow in New Zealand. He doesn't start till 1 a.m. most of the time. Jesus. Is that just a while you're not, like, on the job type of thing? Like, you're not modding New Zealand time, like, during normal work weeks, are you? No. Okay. Just making sure. It's really cool of you to do that, though. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. I very rarely stream this late. I'm curious who else, if anyone, shows up. Tomorrow is a work day for a lot of people, so I'm not expecting too much. Scions, a pleasure to have you with us again. You'll be happy to hear we've taken Algiri and have begun fortifying it as our new base of operations at the peaks. Give a shout to the lads as you pass, eh? Yeah. I played a little bit off stream yesterday. I completed some class visit job quests, one of those. They gave me this jabroni outfit that I'm not huge on, but I actually don't know how to take off right now, because I cast it on a glamour plate and it's like stuck on me. I don't know how to remove a whole glamour plate.
I remember how they laughed. Alliance and resistance soldiers, eager for battle, trading jokes as we marched east towards the peaks. Beyond this last line of defenses lay the locks and the city.
The city.
Breaching it would be no small feat. But we beat the Imperials back, just like that. And we liberated a village, the first of many.
Anime, do you watch, summoning salt videos at all? Do you know what I'm talking about? As you can see, this part of the peaks is much higher than the northern reaches, hence why the Imperials built Specula Imperatoris where they did. See those 3 towers to the east? That's her. Sits right on the edge of a cliff, so attacking from the north is a fool's errand. From the south, on the other hand, she's no different from any other Imperial installation. You can see now why Volodnia was so important, eh? Right then, come along, they're waiting for us in Algiri. I did all the travel attunements for all the areas except for this one, which I just got introduced to, basically, and one that I don't know yet. What else did I do? I feel like there was something else I did off stream. I think it's like inventory clearing. Some stuff in my room. I have a new spell in the rotation now, but it's level 72, so I don't think I'm gonna be using it in any of the anything that's level synced in the remainder of Stormblood. I don't know, maybe I can use it on this guy. He's probably not gonna live long enough to use it. I have to maintain Enotian or whatever, however it's pronounced, for 30 seconds, and then I get like a crystal, and then I can use... No, I can just use that one. The crystal's for this one. Okay. So that'll be more useful against like bosses, I guess. Things I'm fighting for more than 30 seconds. What the fuck was that noise? Oh, is that Foul? Foul is available? Oh, I guess even though the battle ended, yeah, I was still in a state of Enotian for like some time. So it got the 30 seconds and gave me a crystal to use. Okay. Interesting. Oh, so that'll be good because that means, when I'm going through dungeons, this spell will often be ready at the start of like a new encounter. That's cool. It might not be worth it to like guarantee that it is, but like it can happen like that. Mudsud. I'm gonna try and not aggress the Mudsud. We're heading for Alagiri. I could be riding my Chocobo. That's a cool structure. Monago. Here we are, the new base of operations for the Alliance and the Resistance. Ah, there you are. Oh, there you are. Greetings, General. I see you've been quite busy in our absence. Less than you may imagine, the Imperials fled at our coming, and we took the village without a fight. Your timing's impeccable. We're about to discuss our strategy to seize Specula Imperatoris. Though we are fresh from the road, we should be glad to attend. Good. Take a moment to gather yourselves and join us when you're ready. Yoink. Man, I wish I knew how to dispel this entire glam. I don't want to be wearing this. Can I, like, cast glamour as itself? Bright linen. That's not gonna work, is it? Bright linen. No. I can't glamour with itself, but I also don't know how to remove this glamour plate. What if I, like, apply... Well, I guess I can't do it here anyway. It's not a sanctuary. We're not safe here. Well, you heard the Flame General. Looks like we've got a meeting to attend. And I've got a crystal to rub in a Chocobo Keep marker to make disappear real quick. Rub this crystal. Conrad, I will join you on the table, Ghoul and Pepper. The table of planning where you stand. Is that everyone? Let us begin. Alagiri is ours, and for our mercy we took it without losing a single man. But we dare not grow complacent. Specula Imperatoris will not be so easily won. If I may, General, should we not pause to consider the Imperial's motivations? For Xenos to surrender a fortified settlement of strategic importance without so much as firing a shot is inexplicable. We searched the village and found no traps or signs of sabotage. Suspicious though it may be, we will not refuse this gift from our enemy. The path to Alamigo is through the east through Specula Imperatoris and Castrum Abania. It bears repeating, however, that the latter is home to a massive cannon with unparalleled range and destructive power. Which means that we will need to strike Specular Imperators quickly, both to limit their ability to locate our forces in the field and to utilize the installation as a shield against attack, as they would doubtless not risk damaging the towers. I see. Then we have no choice but to accept what we've been given. Aye, that's the way of it. I have no doubt that Enos has got something planned. We'll just have to deal with it when the time comes. To the assault then. The main host will commence a direct assault on Specular Imperators. During this time, I would hold the Scions in reserve at Alighieri to deal with any Imperial forces that may be dispatched in response. Understood. Wait a minute. We should be fighting with you in the Resistance. I understand you don't want to rely too much on Ryugo after what he's been through, but at least let the rest of us do our part.
If she wants to fight, I say let her fight.
Thanks, I knew you would understand. Mayhaps it would be best if I accompanied you. Alice can stay for Ryugo. Oh, if you must go, the two of us can take care of ourselves. You have your orders. Dismissed. And Ryugo, take off that shitty hat. You look like a clown. Meanwhile, deep within an Imperial research facility. What we researching in this Imperial facility today? Death Star. They put one of the Munchkins in the suspension chamber. Do you know, Mason, I don't know how familiar you are with Sonic the Hedgehog lore. Do you know Robotnik made a death egg that's just a Death Star with his face on it? They put them in the chamber and it uses some like batteries to fire that big green laser.
Let us see. So, she lives. Impressive. Or merely lucky, though that too may prove a useful trait.
I'm surprised you came on the flight. I'm surprised anyone did. Tic Tacs.
My lord, what have you done to me?
We've put your right arm on your left arm and your left arm on your right.
We darlings are intellectually and physiologically superior in almost all respects. We lack the hereditary traits required for the reliable manipulation of ether, hence our unique inability to wield magics.
Therefore, we suck.
This deficiency, for want of a better word, saw us subjected to decades of oppression by the lesser races, and we were eventually driven to seek shelter in the cold northern reaches of Ilsabad.
Are you so it's a virtual server? Are you hosting it on your main PC since you still don't have? Did you ever get hosting equipment to maintain a totally separate physical server or no?
Fortunately, said region was replete with vast deposits of ceruleum, which proved instrumental in the development of Magitech, a revolutionary technology conceived to compensate for our
Enter
disadvantage.
server. Enter server. Affordable, unlimited web hosting. Okay, it's just a hosting service, gotcha.
It was with Magitech that we grew strong, that our nation became an empire. Yet, ultimately, this was an extrinsic solution to an intrinsic problem. What I wanted was not a crude device to be used in lieu of magic.
This man's voice screams addicted to masturbating.
Through modification of the Garlean genome, I argued that it might be possible to enhance a subject's ability to manipulate
It's $6 a month for a terabyte. Oh my
to
god.
wield magics.
That is good. What's the catch?
My theories were met with consternation in the Imperial Court.
Consternation.
Only Lord Xenos, with commendable
Oh.
foresight and wisdom, deigned to support my research.
Here, Lord Xenos' name just like drool out of his mouth like maple syrup.
You gave me this treatment, but I'm not Garlean.
Alamegan through and through. What you have been granted is far greater than mere magic. Before that lesser light, it is as a second sun.
The catch is that it's on an HDD rather than an SSD. Ah, therein lies the rub.
That Alighieri was recently
It's not so bad.
occupied by the resistance, and that an attack on
At least at this scale, that's
Spectre is
fine.
considered imminent. This could provide an ideal opportunity to test her performance in the field.
Your skulls, was it? They have joined the garrison at the watchtower.
Yes, my lord. By your leave, I would rendezvous with them and lead a counterattack against the insurgents.
No. Even were you to leave now, you would not arrive in time. There is another duty I would entrust to you.
Making the Pop-Tarts. Oh? Take the kill shot.
Found you.
Why isn't he taking the kill shot? So full of fire and eager, aren't they? Well, I wouldn't worry too much, they're strong and they have each other. At least he spared me the trouble of having to speak up. I wasn't about to let Lise go alone. Yoink. That one, please. We have a fair bit of ground to cover, so we should split up. If you come across any Imperial soldiers, you know what to do. Oh, and so you know, I sent word to Alrenvald's squadron. They are already searching nearby areas, so we have allies in the event we encounter anything beyond our means. Odo. His name's Odo? I know an Odo. It's Odo. Both of my cats are on the cat tree. Truly, life is good. Ugh. Pugnacks. Mason, do you tend to stay up late and like maybe not get enough sleep to be like kind of blunt about it? I ask because I feel like I'm noticing a pattern where a lot of the people I consider more talented software engineers or developers I know are also insomniacs. Like, the two people I was most impressed by at my previous position were both people that did not get nearly enough sleep. And I'm wondering what the cause and effect here is. Gwas i Nadir. When the time change happens, I'll get no more sleep. I'm physically incompatible with daylight savings time. The circadians don't rhythm. The circadians have no rhythm. Oh, can you hear the cicadas where you are? The cicadas have been insane in Carrie. There's just like a constant humming that sounds like a rocket ship in the background. I've kind of gotten used to it, and now I'm gonna like... I'm excited for when it's not there anymore and it's uncomfortably quiet. They emerge from the ground, shed their skin, furiously have children, die, and then the children go into the ground again. And then they wait 30 years. What a life. It's much more exciting than my life cycle of I am born, I don't think for 15 years, then I eat processed sugar for 50 years, and then I die. Nap, 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 nap. Peel self, fuck die. We should make a t-shirt. Where is Alice? A new coffee mug, yeah. Glances up at my most prized possession. Right above my monitor. It's gonna be really cool when it's uncomfortably quiet. Give me a moment, Ryugo. Say that again if you would. No? Maintain your distance for now. Understood. Keep me apprised of the developments. Excuse me. That was Ironvald. The pair that was spying on us in the fringes has followed us here. What about you, Ryugo? Any trouble? Just some bug snacks. And there I was thinking we might be due for some peace and quiet. Glad to hear you dealt with them. I hope the assault on Specula and Peritus is going well.
Now, father. You lured the fool onto my blade, and do not try to deny it.
Excellent murdering, my son. Don't joke about it, father. You helped me kill that man.
Our work here is all but done. What of Conrad and his men?
They are for the main tower. The skulls have offered fierce resistance thus far. and convince them to lay down their arms.
Then we will tend to the stragglers down below.
Report.
Enemy forces have overrun the lower facilities and appear to be mounting an assault on the main tower. We have already received a request for reinforcements.
Maybe I missed something, but I still don't understand what they did to her. They did a procedure on her that is supposed to imbue those without the power to use magic with the power to use magic, but she didn't have that limitation before.
A unit of legionaries has been mustered.
So what did she get out of it?
They await your orders, Commander.
Stand down.
She got like a really furrowed brow.
Commander?
Feral Terminator, hello.
Tell them to stand down.
Commander, if I may, our people, your people are still in there. They will be slaughtered.
I gotta be honest, every time you come in, I see your name in the corner of my eye and my brain is immediately like fecal Terminator. And I've been suppressing the urge to say it till now, but I just had to get it out.
I want nothing more to help them. To bloody charge, but I have my orders.
Destroyer of shits.
Lord Zeno said no reinforcements. He would have us use the main cannon to destroy the installation.
It makes me think of another streamer that they I don't know, they made some joke and all of a sudden all of their like regulars started changing their names to like be poop versions of their actual username, and they called it the bowel movement.
What? Killed our own soldiers? You must be mistaken.
Clean the world's shit when the world needs me. Yeah, the fecal Terminator is the like most powerful janitor ever made.
Initiate the firing sequence. Wars are won on the backs of the dead. Theirs and ours. There is no truth but this. We must remain firm and resolute and always, always do our duty.
Okay.
Give the order.
But my mom's down there.
Initiate firing sequence.
Aye, aye. Initiating firing sequence. Release safety locks. Deploy main cannon.
Rudolph, Emlyn. For us. For our people. For our future.
She's been whispering a lot under her breath ever since she had the procedure.
I need you to confirm the target, Commander.
Specula Imperatoris, main tower. Fire when ready.
Oh, my aching lobotomy. Farrell, I forgot if I already asked you, like, are you in a time zone that's not EST? I think you already, I asked you this, but I forgot. I like when they show the same blast from 5 different angles, it really adds to the drama. EST? Okay. I was just wondering if this was, like, late for you or not. I'm normally not streaming at this time, but I don't know, I just felt like it right now. My wife already went into bed, and I'm not sleepy.
The people were still fighting.
Understood. All forces retreat! I repeat, all forces retreat!
Oh, yeah. No, don't crush him, okay. At the 12, did you see that? The main tower just collapsed. You heard it too, didn't you? It must have been the cannon at Castromabania. But that was an Imperial installation, and their troops were still... Damn it, no one's responding. I don't know if the shell is being jammed or... We have to go right now. They need our help. I promise I play other games besides this. I played Hollow Knight earlier today. This way. There's no time to lose. Oh! Oh no. I take a pill like twice a day, and it's like a capsule with powder in it, and sometimes when I swallow it, it like separates like in half before it hits my stomach, and like I can feel the powder in my esophagus, and it's just awful. It's worse than it looks. He probably wasn't even... Pull yourself together. The gate. This is our way inside. We need to find my brother, right now. I love when they walk through the wall. The locks on the massive gate appear to have been disabled. You need to only prise them open to pass through. Dehydration tablets? Yeah. I'm getting drier by the minute. I'm glad you're here, Rugo. In case it wasn't obvious, the Imperials fired on us. And Specula Imperatoris. I didn't think they had it in them to kill their own men just to kill us. God damn them all. Where's my brother? Tell me where he is, I want to see him. He was in the tower when it was struck, but that need not mean anything. Our forces are still evacuating and many remain unaccounted for. LSA? LSA, listen. There are soldiers wounded and dying all around us, soldiers with families just like you and me. They need our help. Do you understand? He's right. I'll take the north, you take the east. They're not killing Alphino because he's the main character. I don't know what the fuck I am, but he's the main character. While I aid the soldier, we pull out the mobile seedling. Thank you, I think I can manage on my own. I'm very lazy about it, and if I drank water when it happened, it wouldn't happen, but it just happens. For a moment there, I thought I was bound for Thal's Great Gate. Ye gods, what were the Imperials thinking? Oh shit! Thanks for the sub, Farrell. Appreciate it. Well, since you got like a foot in the game now, Let me know if you have it, like, any suggestions for emotes or anything, because I'm planning to, like, do an overhaul of my emotes soon. Give me a moment. Let the world stop. Let the world stop. I'm dying. Help me, I'm fucking dying. I like how oh shit can be good or bad depending on your tone of voice. Like, oh shit, or oh shit. And that's always my instinctual response to a sub. Everything hurts. I was struck by debris from the tower. Wait, I know you. Ryugo Hishigi, ward of House Forton. We fought together on the steps of faith. You saved my life back then. And now... I can walk, thank you. 1,000 times, thank you. Conrad? Conrad, can you hear... That's not the voice. Conrad, Conrad, can you hear me? Now go put him down over there. Oh, Conrad's dead, isn't he? Dang it, Conrad. You were supposed to live.
Conrad! Conrad, speak to me!
It was all so sudden. Conrad had just convinced the last few skulls to surrender when we heard the bang and everything started to shake. We carried the survivors to safety, but Conrad's... We have done what we can for him. All that remains is to pray.
Pray.
Conrad?
Is that you, Elise? I can't see a damn thing.
Please, please. Tell my wife that I'm gay. I never loved her.
Well, that's that then.
I wonder if that's ever been a deathbed confession. Like out of spite.
What are you talking about? You'll be on your feet before you know it.
It's all right, Lisa. I've lived long enough. But listen, I want you to lead the resistance in my stead.
Please, listen. I need you to take the hard drive out of my computer. Formatting is not enough. I need you to burn it and throw it in the ocean. The Pacific, not the Atlantic. The Atlantic's not deep enough.
We'll recover. We'll bring freedom to Alamigo together. We're not going to stop here.
No, you won't. Everything we've built, everyone we've brought together, I know you'll show them the way. You've got it in you, Lise. Not because you're Curtis's daughter or Ida's sister.
Curtis.
Because you're you.
Conrad.
Lead them to victory. To freedom.
If the people found out what I was into, the company I'm the mascot for would like evaporate overnight. I just like poured 5 Tic Tacs into my hand. That's how you die. 2 Tic Tacs at a time. It's called moderation. Like it's Mickey Mouse. They have to cover his like weird history.
I will. I promise.
For the sake of the shareholders. I hardly knew him. Meanwhile, in the basement, we've cloned Curtis. The trick is to have a little bomb on your computer that goes off. You don't press a button every 72 hours. That's what they did on Lost, and it almost destroyed the world.
Double charge.
Preferable, yeah. Who's hoopst?
We are needed.
Oh, this guy's back. Nidhogg? What do you mean?
That's the cerulean pipeline.
Wait, he's got like... He's got a dragon spear? He just destroyed the Keystone XL!
Impossible! How can one man shoot the bastard?
Now how are we gonna transport large amounts of crude oil from British Columbia to Alabama? Why don't they make gun swords anymore?
My lance has slain far greater beasts.
I feel like adding a cool blade onto a handgun has got to be a drop in the bucket to the overall like R&D cost.
You're welcome, boy.
My work here is done.
I want that intruder found and get the engineers to fix my bloody cannon.
Goes back to his home planet.
The savages are coming.
There is not a single place on his helmet where his eyes could look out of. There is nowhere. There's not even like a mesh anywhere. He is blind. All of these soldiers can't see. They're running around with their heads off, basically. We could have killed them. We could have walked away. But instead we tried to convince them to lay down their arms. And we tried to seek a peaceful resolution. We showed them mercy. And this was their response. Fire and blood. This was their answer. Such crimes cannot go unpunished. They must not. God is my witness. There will be a reckoning. The wonder child is out. The little wonder kid is out for blood. The hardy boy wants vengeance. Forgive me. Now is not the time for vows of vengeance. We must remain calm and rational and in control. I'm in control. I am in control. The Imperials have demonstrated a willingness to fire on their own. So long as we remain here, we are in danger. We three will see to Commander Kim's body, find my sister, and return to Alagiri. Alagiri. There. That should suffice for now. Go on and join the others. Tell me you found Alphino. Tell me he is alright. Yeah, he's like 10 feet that way. Right behind that wall. Oh, thank the 12. I don't know what I would have done. Though, saying that, what will the Resistance do without Commander Kemp? Sorry, not here. Not now. We should return to Alagiri. Keep an eye out for any wounded who need our help on the way. Alright. My spidey sense says there should be a body around here. Wind up Alfno. It wasn't long ago I tried to kill you and yours. I was half expecting you were about to slit my throat. The health of this, I should be back home in Islabard instead of taking fire from my so-called comrades. Oh, they've done it now, they have. Firing on their own. Constantly changing my minion whenever I ate someone. Thanks, friend. Bloody tourniquet came loose and is having trouble getting it back on. Should be fine the rest of the way. Oh, well, bless you, kind. Wait, is that you, Rigo? I didn't recognize you at first. Been feeling a bit dizzy? Must have lost a lot of blood. I can keep going. I can keep going. You okay? How was my day? Let's see. I woke up, like, it's 6:30, because we ran out of cat food yesterday, and I was like, I'm not going to get cat food before I go to sleep tonight because I'm exhausted. So I had to wake up very early to make sure I got the cat's food. I was third in line at the food line. There was like an old man literally banging on the door. But I was pretty in and out, got the food, got the milk, came back home, fed the cats. After that I streamed Hollow Knight. It's pretty rare I stream twice in one day. Today's an exception. And I got to 112% completion in Hollow Knight, and now I'm on the God Home challenges. I love that game, it's really fun. I did a bunch of chores all day. I made some food. I had some cookout. It's a rest day, so I did not work out. I watched an episode of One Piece. What else did I do? I watched a Summoning Cells video about the Tetris world record. I went on a walk. I played with the cats a bit. I did a lot of taking stuff to the dump and dropping stuff off at Goodwill, and then sorting through other stuff. So it's been a good day. I don't know. It's been a good day. How about you? How's yours been? Here you go. We've given over Commander Kemp's remains for safekeeping. Later, I have no idea when. Rites must needs be performed. For now, however, we must carry on. We must press forward, and we will not give in to despair. A lot of yard work and worked on a scooter a bit. I kind of have a project going right now where I'm making like a paver patio in our backyard. And it involves a lot of leveling the ground because our backyard is a hill. And I need to build a retaining wall, but before that I need to remove a stump. And I haven't done it in a few days because it's kept raining, but I think tomorrow will be a good day to work on the stump removal. I'm trying to avoid getting a stump grinder out here because I'm trying to keep the budget low. It's gonna take a lot more work, but I think I can remove it myself, or at least get it down, like, I've dug down around it, get it low enough to where it's gonna be below the level that my patio is gonna be. You need to pull the head off of the bike so you could remove a broken exhaust stud. And you busted like an idiot? Forgive me, I'm stupid. What does busted mean in this context? Broken off? Aw, damn. The head or the exhaust broke. All Alliance and Resistance fighters, or units, have withdrawn from Spatula Imperatoris. It is time we spoke of it, General Aldine. Whenever they like have nonsense words like this, Specula Imperatoris. My brain immediately like tries to autocorrect it to like a real word, and I'm like Spatula Imperial Clitoris, and it's like, okay, and then I have to take 5 seconds to like recalculate my brain so it doesn't say the thing that I know it isn't. How much work is it going to be to fix the stud now? It's to mount the muffler to the bike, line up the holes. I can't really... I'd be lying if I said I know what you were talking about. Holes being lined up sounds like a good thing, but I couldn't tell you how. But I'm sorry that it broke and you're having to fix it. Especially if it's a major pain in the ass. Well, it's done now then. That's good. These deaths weigh heavy on my soul. Commander Kemp's most of all. He was a wise leader. He was a patriot. And above all else, he was a good man who will be sorely missed. One of many lost this day. I ask for a moment's silence to pray for the souls of the departed. I don't get angry that easily, but when something breaks, I get like feral and pissed. Even if it was like an accident. It's like a long-threaded screw, but without a head. You screw a nut onto it. Ah, okay. Understood. We've suffered a grievous defeat, but we cannot and will not renounce this cause. The die has been cast. Hold tight to this grief, this anger, and let it drive you forward. Let it be your strength and your shield when you next face your enemy. It will carry us far, General. Of that I have no doubt. Ere we take another step towards Alamigo, however, we must first address the question of how to deal with Castrum Abania's cannon. If the Imperials are willing to employ the weapon without thought of their own soldiers' safety, we may struggle to approach them. A frontal assault is out of the question. We'd lose countless men before we even reach the walls.
Would we? Recall that the Imperials could have obliterated our forces had they kept firing, but they neglected to do so.
I don't know how to do a Pippin voice.
They had no strategic reason to cease fire, which begs the question, why did they?
It was old and crusty. When you pulled it out, the threads in the head were messed up. Had to replace them. They're good now. Stronger than stock. Like strong. Stronger than stock. You suspect they were unable to fire the cannon again. Perhaps due to a malfunction. Like strong.
Or one of their operatives found his conscious after the first barrage. Or a heretofore unknown resistance faction chose that moment to disable it. There are many possibilities, but the fact remains they stopped when logic dictated they continue.
Then I'll just have to go and see for myself if the cannon is still operational.
Are you mad? Conrad put you in charge of the resistance. We can't risk losing another commander so soon.
I know how you feel, Nago. I do, but I need you to understand. It wasn't long after Papalamo and I arrived at Ralgar's Reach that Conrad first asked me to join the resistance. And then he kept on asking. Every time I said no, I told myself it was because of the Scions, but even then, I knew deep down that it was an excuse. That I was afraid of following my heart, because I couldn't be sure if it was for me or for Ida. But then I met someone, on the other side of the world, who struggled with the same worries, and as we traveled together and fought together, I saw him grow and become the leader his people needed him to be. Her eyes got huge. Repaired some other threads while I was on the ground that needed some doing. Parts from Germany. You need the Deutsch parts before you can go on a ride. And now it is my turn to do the same. There's not a lot of us left, and of the ones that are left, many are still wounded. We have to make do with what we've got, and I'm the best qualified. It's as simple as that. But don't worry, Nago. I'll come back, I promise. Guy over there makes a custom pipe out of machined stainless steel. While I acknowledge Commander Hex's next right to carry out his mission, I see no reason why she should do so alone. Rico, would you go with her? So how much do you customize your like bike and upgrade it before it's like more aftermarket than stock? And like, have you reached that point yet? Like, is it more your bike than the manufacturer's at this point?
I suppose someone's got to keep her out of harm's way.
It is settled. We will await your return. You keep it mostly stock? Okay. Sorry to drag you into this, Hugo. It may not be the decision Conrad would have made, but I'm not Conrad. I never will be, and I don't know what kind of leader he was hoping for, but right now all I can do is be myself. Yeah, you do it. You can do it. You do it. You're good at this. When I say upgraded, I mean they make parts that are more reliable and higher quality than OEM. The problem parts. My problem parts are my eyes. I'm getting work done on my eyes a lot. That's my problem parts. It's a 20-year-old bike. What is like the average lifespan for a bike? Like for reference. If you don't mind, I'd rather not wait around and have people try and talk me out of it. Let's get moving. I know a good vantage point overlooking the castrum.
New Griff's Hope.
The ship landed on the rocks to the east of here. It shouldn't take long. It shouldn't take us long to get there. Oh, and there might be some ancient golems guarding it. Or there might just be an old wives' tale. Either way, it's worth the risk. Commander Lees, I pray that you proceed with all due caution. Do not hesitate to call upon if needed. To reach the ship, we'll have to scale the cliff face. I'll get some climbing gear and meet you there, right? Depends on who makes it, the size, and how many miles you ride it. Full-size motorcycle, easily 50,000 miles. Honda scooter, 25,000. What is yours? Well, I guess the better question is, what's the mileage on yours? Chinese scooter, couple months. Nice. 31,000. So if it was a Honda scooter, it'd already be busted, but you're able to breathe some life into it. I'm strongly assuming that if it's got 31,000 miles on it, you've only had it for a couple of months, and it was used well before you got it. A Maxi. It's a big scoot from Honda. How many bikes do you have? Just the one? So I'll be totally honest. I've never ridden on a motorcycle or at all. I've never ridden on more than a bicycle, and I've always kind of wanted to, but I've never known anyone that had one to like kind of like let me try it out and introduce me to it. And it's not something that I was just gonna like go out and do on my own. And I'm always kind of still hoping to this day I meet like a friend that like gets into like bikes or motorcycles so that I can try it out. But I just don't know anyone. No one in my family, none of my no one in my friend circle. I'm wondering if that's like weird. I feel like statistically I should have gotten close to someone by now that like is into that. You almost couldn't anymore from a spinal injury. And now that I can, I'm doing all you can to ride. No one around you does? Was the spinal injury like related to riding, or was it like totally like unrelated? Unrelated? But you were already into riding before that, and now you're like, okay, I love this, and I want to, you know, get all I can out of it. Oh, an infection? Oh my god. Holy shit. A spinal infection? That's awful. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Sorry to keep you waiting. I see you've met the golems. Looks like old stories were true, eh? In a way, I'm glad. Right then, time to climb. Yeah, I can't even imagine. That's right on the big firework of your, like, nervous system. Took up more out of me than I expected. Is that something that just, like, came out of nowhere? Like, how... I mean, if you don't mind telling me, like, obviously, you don't have to tell me, but, like, I'm curious, how do you get, like, an infection there? Was it just, like, a random thing that happened? And here she is, Jung Kremp's Hope, the ark that one man made to save countless others from the flood during the 6th Unworld era. They have a flood story in this world. Oh, okay. Understood. Understood. Yeah, I don't know too much on the subject, but I know that it can have like a wide range of effects. And here she is, Jung Kremp's... Yeah, I already read that. It's comforting to think that there have always been people who cared this much about their fellow man, who accomplished such great feats that people couldn't help thinking that they must be made up. But the proof's right here, isn't it? I'm glad things seem to be more under control now. Yeah, I guess it can be hard to isolate these things. I don't just mean the ship, you know, I mean you. Long before anyone started calling you a hero, you were there for those in need. You did things for people when you didn't have to, sometimes even when they didn't want you to. How long ago was that? Like, are you kind of still recovering from that? Or is it, you know, just have big impacts that kind of echo 2021? Damn. Yeah, I've never been through anything like that. I mean, I've had bad things happen, but I don't know if it's comparable to that. I don't just mean the ship, you know, I mean you, long before anyone started calling you a hero. Something. It can't have been easy staying true to yourself, but we're all better for it, me included. I'll never be a leader like Conrad, or Hien, or my father. But I can be a friend to you all, and I can fight by your side. I can be me, and that'll just have to be enough, eh? Journey of self-discovery. A lump and a very minor pain, but it's manageable. Well, I'm glad I'm glad to hear it didn't get like worse than that. That's really scary. Strange to think back on it, if we had been standing in different places, or if the shell had struck the tower differently, it would have been me instead of Conrad, or maybe both of us. Don't take pills for it. Yeah, except for that. That one you should take pills for. I didn't know that that was treatable with pills. That's actually news to me. What kind of monster murders their own? Is that smoke from Castor Malbania? Wait, it's coming from the cannon. I can't tell what happened from here, but I can tell that it won't be giving us any trouble in the immediate future. This is our chance, Ryugo, to avenge Conrad and all the others who died in the tower, friend and foe. To take Castor Malbania and bring the bastards who gave the order to fire to justice. It won't be easy after the losses we took, but I know everyone's chomping at the bit to strike back. With the right plan, I'm certain we can do it. Yeah. I know that it's something that, you know, at least with current technology can't be cured, but I didn't even... And I knew it could be treated, but I didn't know it was like they had gotten it to a pill. I thought it was, like more invasive and annoying treatments. That's good. We have to tell the others, come on. Over 40 years? Well, that tells you how much I know, huh? Holy shit. Really? Since like the 80s? Easier down than up, eh? They're not necessarily safer. Anyway, no time to rest. We need to convince the others to strike now, before the Imperials have time to fix their cannon. I don't think that's a better staff than the one I already have. It's like the exact same stats. The good pills in the last 15. Okay, so like the pill technology's been there for 4 decades, but they've gotten significantly better. Are they like affordable? Is affordability a big problem with these, or are they, you know, not that bad to get? There's no time to lose, Ryugo. Admiral Aldine needs to know what we saw. Report to Raubon. Where the fuck is Raubon? He's over here. You better have insurance. Yeah. Yeah. And you know, insurance is so great here. $100 per pill. Is it a pill every day? Is that $100 a day? Like if you don't have insurance? Oh my god. Oh. Cool world we live in. You were returned. I hope you bring good news. We scaled the cliffs of Young Krep's Hope and spied smoke rising from Castor Malvania's main cannon. I think Marshal Tarapin's right. They didn't fire again because they couldn't. Their cannon seems to have been disabled somehow. Then we must attack Castor Malvania at once. Could be a trick. But if it isn't, we may not get a better opportunity. Bluntly, General, even if it is a trick, it would be an utterly baffling stratagem. Had the Imperials wished to wipe us out, they could simply have kept firing.
Be that as it may, we may not risk everything to seize it. I say we dispatch a small contingent to infiltrate the Castor and secure control of the weapon. If the enemy is preoccupied with repairs, we may be able to take them unawares. If, on the other hand, it is indeed a trick, our token force will prove an elusive target, and we will at least know the cannon is operational. Either way, it seems well worth the risk. But how are we to infiltrate the castrum? Anticipation of such a day as this, men and women under my command have labored long to cultivate a network of informants throughout Girabanya, including Radiata. Radiata is home to many who hold menial positions at Castamabania and other nearby installations. With the aid of our allies there, I believe we can secure a route into the fortress. The Resistance will handle this. You may have recruited these informants, but they'll be just as happy working with fellow Alamegans, and at the end of the day, it's our land, our responsibility. Let us do right by Conrad. I should be glad to accompany her, sir. General, as would Alice and Ryugo, I am sure. Yep. Well then, if you're all in agreement, I see no reason to refuse you. We will make ready to march on Castamabania. Go, and may Ralgar watch over and keep you. On the DAP Drug Assistance Program, they cover the cost of the meds due to the income level, but you pay for insurance which would not start paying for it until your deductible would be paid off. Okay, hold on. They cover the costs of the meds due to the income level, but you pay for insurance which would not start paying for it until your deductible would be paid off. So you're paying for insurance to cover the meds,
But because of the deductible, you're paying directly for the meds until that deductible is met, at which point your insurance covers it, but you're still paying for the insurance. Is the cost that the DAP is covering the part up the, like the deductible is what the DAP is covering, is that it? And then you're paying for insurance which covers the rest of it? God, I hate insurance. I mean, yeah, I need it, but oh, I hate... DAP is free. I'm getting the meds paid for. Okay, that's good. That's good. Is that a federal program? My apologies for speaking on your behalf. It would seem my sister's forthright manner is rubbing off on me. I confess my decision to volunteer was not wholly motivated by concern for Lise, nor less al amigo. Castor Mabani is the largest Imperial facility in the Peaks, you see, and so the likelihood that Kryl is being held captive there is quite high. Dealing with that cannon remains our main objective, of course, but if there is even a chance that Kryl might be rescued in the process, I would never forgive myself if I did not take it. DAP is free for you. It might just be Michigan, but you're not sure. Wait, is Michigan East Coast time? Why am I still awake? I have no fucking clue. I don't know, I shouldn't be awake. I probably won't be awake much longer. I am starting to get kind of tired, but I'm awake for now. The insurance is so that I can go to the doc for blood draws and refills, which they won't do without the doc notes. Yeah. Every step in getting any sort of treatment for anything, like, minor or major is so obfuscated by so many frustrating layers of bureaucracy and having to follow up with, like, multiple people that, like, anytime anything medical happens, I fucking sometimes just would rather fucking die, right? Like, not literally, of course, but you know, I'm gonna have to chase so many different things that it's just not worth it. Like, right now, it's such a pain in the dick. Allow. Synmyn used add permitted term in the dick. Like, back in February, my wife had a visit to the ER, and everything's fine. It turned out to be a false alarm, but even though it was a false alarm, we got a bill for like $3,000. But at our income level, they're supposed to basically, you know, not charge us for it. I forget the word is right now, I'm really tired. But we have to fill out a bunch of paperwork proving exactly, like, why we qualify for this situation. And it's an enormous burden. There's so much paperwork that has to be collected. We're still dealing with it. And that visit was like 3 months ago. It's like, damn, maybe I shouldn't ever go to the fucking emergency room. I would rather pay into a universal care program based on income with taxes than this bullshit. Yes. Whenever I have this conversation with people, I kind of dance around a little bit because, you know, I don't want to alienate someone. But yes, exactly. Yes. This convo is too deep for my D&D ground since I agree the additional tax would be cheaper than going to the doctor. And even if it's not cheaper for me, it would be cheaper for most people. And it would also just be easier. It'd be easier to deal with. Yeah, if you want private care, then just fucking go get private care. Thank you. Oh my god, okay. I can stop beating around the bush and go full fucking, like, full-blown universal healthcare on this conversation. Do I want any of this shit? Not really. It's like, I remember, like, I remember in 2008 they were talking about, like, well, you know, if you let the government take over this industry, there's gonna be death panels. And it's like, well, they already fucking have death panels. It's called fucking Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they've automated their entire system to deny as many people as possible. The death panel is a fucking, like, spreadsheet running a procedure. So many arguments from these morons that use stuff, but I want X. Then pay for it. Yeah. It's like private schooling. It's like, okay, you want your kid to go to a private school? Then congratulations, go pay for it. But don't take money allocated for public schooling and try to use it for private schooling. It's like the same concept there. I don't know how loud I'm talking, so I'm taking my, like, headphones off to make sure that, like, my FBI agent isn't listening in. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm not worried about... How come I started, like, all the fucking, like, universal healthcare nonsense comes up and the, like, viewership goes up every time I get on this shit. But I don't want to talk about that. I mean, I do, but I like, that's not why I'm fucking playing Final Fantasy XIV. Alpha of Search to Review. We traveled to Radiata where we'll meet in contact recruited by Marshal Tarpin's agents. I took the liberty of reviewing intelligence reports while Ryugo and Lise were away, so the settlement is not wholly unfamiliar to me. The Vice Marshal indicated the vast majority of the populace is employed as menial labor. They're janitors. Perhaps as a result of this, resistance has long struggled to make inroads there. When you get done, I know you don't like raiding, but you got someone to raid. I like raiding, but only if I have, like, more than 5 people, because otherwise it feels embarrassing. So yeah, just let me know. Public school's a good analogy since we can't even get that funded. Hi, Ethan. We got 3 quacks in a row. You have the right of it. They got a better deal than most Alamegans, fending off what scraps the Imperials gave them. Damned if I know how Marshal Tarpin's agents got one of them to turn his coat. I understand your disdain, I do, but I also understand the desire to look after their families by any means necessary. Our contact is Rogaiden woman. She will ask us a question. After we answer with courage, she will know us as friends. Courage, right? Squadron, yep. With me, yep, ready, yep. Oh, thanks for the sub. Thanks for giving me your Bezos bucks. A lady in charge of public education who put public money towards private schools and went on a campaign to get public schools shut down. What was her name? I used to know her name. There was a period of time where I was very familiar with the names of all the major cabinet positions, and now I don't know anymore. I think I've checked out so much in the past 2 years because I wanted to not, like, rip my skin off anymore. Like, going to bed in a state of anxiety. You're gonna go to sleep now? You're just surprised they're still streaming. Good night, yeah. I'll probably be here in the morning when you're working. I'll probably try and finish Stormblood tomorrow. Betsy DeVos, that's the name. That's a good old Betsy, yeah. I remember her. I used to know the exact things that these people said and did too, and I've completely shed all that knowledge. I think a part of my brain has, like, ejected this information in self-defense. I used to remember why I disliked the head of the FCC, and now I don't remember the specifics. I really do understand, like, when I was, like, a late teenager, early 20s, I was like, why are all these adults, like, so disconnected from what's going on in the world? Isn't that, like, really irresponsible? And now I'm, like, approaching 30, and I'm like, if I think about what the Federal Communications Commission is doing one more time, I'm going to have a fucking heart attack. If I find out about one more thing Dick Cheney did, I'm gonna like have a heart palpitation. Betsy DeVos, there's Eric Prince who founded Blackwater. That's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. That's so fucking awesome. Oh my god. How deserving. How deserving of her. Eric Prince. Eric Prince is one of those names where it's like, it's on the nose, like it would be contrived if this was a script. It's so frustrating what's happening right now. It's never not frustrating as far as I can tell. I've asked my parents, like, have you ever lived in a time where you weren't constantly frustrated by the state of the world? They said, yeah, at one point. But I mean, bad things have always been happening. But that doesn't mean things aren't worse? I don't know. That's such a huge generalization. See, what did I tell you? Let us continue to Specula Imperatoris. Spatula Imperial Clitoris. Well, they said they felt like it was bad in the late 70s and early 80s, but then they say compared to how they feel now, that feels like nothing. At some point when we become old, we completely tune out. I don't want to completely tune out. I feel like that's bad, but I just can't keep up. I can't keep up. But I also don't want to just, you know, like, be the 60-year-old that, like, looks out of... That, like, you know, it's like, okay, tell me who to vote for. Which party am I voting for? I don't want to be that. I want to actually make an informed opinion, but keeping up is just so draining. It's draining. You wish to enter Specula Imperatoris? Yes. Like, I have to fucking make dinner. I have to clean. I can't think about what Betsy DeVos is doing right now. I have to play 300 hours of Final Fantasy XIV. Oh. All I know now is I deal with the insurance company and I lose a year off my life every time. That's all I know. Every time I have to call Blue Cross Blue Shield and get redirected 8 times, I'm just like in a mood now where I'm like saying random disconnected things that are aggrieving me. I guess that's what my brain is capable of at like 11:10 p.m. Your call is very important to us. Please remain on the line to give feedback after your call is done. My favorite part is when they transfer you, but like they don't transfer information, so you have to like go down the like 12 different like previous transfers and what information you've conveyed and what they've told you and like recall the entire history how you've gotten up to this point, and each time you do it, it gets a little longer. That's my favorite part. The feedback goes into an empty line that gets auto-deleted. The feedback gets looked at, but if the feedback isn't all perfect, then it's negative. If you don't give 5s for everything, it's a negative feedback. And that goes for like retail too. If like you get a survey for like Taco Bell or Brugger's Bagels, if you don't give them perfect 5s down the board, you are giving them a bad review and they are gonna get punished. Of course, there were still soldiers lurking about. Unfortunately, they were no match for Lee's. Come, Radiata is not much further. Of course, in light of our recent encounter, it would be prudent to proceed with caution and remain vigilant for Imperial forces. You gotta go to bed. Yeah, have a good night. Rest easy. I'll talk to you later. I'll be streaming tomorrow during the daytime. I don't know if you're available, but regardless, talk to you later. Thanks again for the sub. Ethan, what time do you wake up for work? Six? Alright, so you're also part of the club that's not gonna get enough sleep tonight. How much sleep do you normally get? Is that like average for you or less than normal? Trying to settle down. Well, I yawned, so I think I'm officially there. I think, like, okay, let me just tell you what happened. You know how yawns are contagious? I just, like, you said I'm settling down now. I'm a very visual person. I know what your bedroom looks like. I imagined you in your bedroom with, like, a nightcap and striped pajamas, striped pajamas and tea, sitting in a chair, trying to wind down. And that scene created, like, the urge to yawn in my mirror neurons. And I'm thinking about it again, and I'm yawning again. Excuse me. Looks like it's safe to enter. I don't see any Imperials. I don't see smoke above Cast Mabania anymore. Do you think they fixed the cannon already? Comfy zone. There was a point in my life where I used to be able to make myself, like, yawn on command. I had, like, a specific visual I would think of, and it was like Hobbes the tiger from Calvin and Hobbes, like, resting on a carpet on the floor in, like, a sunbeam coming through slightly closed curtains in, like, a dimly lit library room. And I would imagine that and I would yawn. But I did it so many times, I guess, that, like, it doesn't work anymore. I'm about to get to a good stopping point. Alphino said we were looking for a Rogaidan woman, and that we should answer her question with courage. Suppose we'll have to strike up a conversation for every one of them until we find her contact. Let me know if you find her, and I'll do the same. Holy shit, what is that? It's a camel giraffe. It's a Jamel. I think I have to kill that. I think on principle it has to die. Jakub gave you a Gundam model? That's awesome. If you can finish it by Sunday. Can you send me a picture? Or, like, progress pictures? A Rogaidan woman. Ah. I'm yawning again. Oh, God. I've seen you around here before. It takes a certain kind of man to walk into a place like this uninvited. One with courage, I suppose. Courage, you say? Well, that's in short supplies these days. Better to keep your head down and go along to survive. Call me a coward too if you like, because I'll not speak on it more. At least not here. As to Radiana, behind those barricades over yonder, on the other hand. Hey, was that who I think it was? Well, that's a relief. Or a trap. Either way, I'll find Alphino and Alice. We'll meet you there. Got like stuck. Got like stuck. Not followed, were you? Good. It's a 160 scale Zaku 2. It looks from 1980. Did I ever show you pictures of the Gundam I saw in Tokyo? Did I ever send you those pictures? Also, your Brook from One Piece, you can change that if you want. On the stream avatars. But I kind of like that Brook. I like the way he walks. That all of you, is it? Let's get to it then, name yourselves. We are the scions of the 7th Badan, friends of Marshal Tarapin. Named Stark Woad. Rest you know, we wouldn't be here. This is about spatula, imperial clitters, and the cannon, isn't it? Just so. Can you tell us what happened? I overheard a soldier talking while working in the mess. The cerulean pipeline fueling the cannon was destroyed by an unidentified male insurgent, they said. Yeah, I was very lucky to see it, but from what I understand, they like roll out a new Gundam every couple years, so like, there'll be a new one soon. I overheard soldiers talking while working in the mess. The cerulean pipeline, male insurgent. Yep. One man single-handedly disabled the cannon? That beggars belief. I think that was the second Gundam they did. Nevertheless, that's what they said. It took a while, but they finally put the fires out, and the engineers have been working day and night to repair it. Wish I could tell you more, but the incident had everyone jumping at shadows and afraid to say much more. To make matters worse, the Alamigan help have been sent home indefinitely. Unicorn or Strike Freedom? Strike Freedom or Strike Witches? Isn't the new one Strike... What am I thinking of? No, that's not it. My brain's just scattered. So the cannon could already be fully operational. We need to sneak into Castrum Abania and ensure the cannon is no longer a threat to our troops. Can you help us? Aye, that much I can do. It peers together a map of the interior over the years, and I know for a fact there are multiple points of entry. Impressive. If we split into several groups, that may improve our odds of reaching the fire control center. We may be few in number, but I have faith that we can see this through. Yoink. Mine. New one is Ariel. You looked it up? That's confirmed then. Excuse me, oh my god, I gotta stop yawning. We have that for which we came. All that remains is to make our preparations. Lise and her unit will make for our primary objective, the fire control center. At the same time, we will enter the castrum by way of the ventilation ducts, whereupon we will proceed into weapons research and create a diversion. If all goes to plan, our parties will subsequently converge, and together we will secure the cannon before finally notifying the Alliance that they are clear to attack. Sounds simple enough. I'll go and brief Nago on the details. The rest of you come with me. We'll deal with the Magitite patrols before you can infiltrate the castrum. New Gundam. Is New Gundam the name of the show, or is that like in you, or is that just like a moniker for, you know, like versus classic Gundam? Hoplomachus. Right? You must defeat the Hoplomachus. He like blinded me with science. This guy's just watching. Very cool. That guy just watched me fight him and then ran away. It was Amuro Ray's main character from OG. Gundam from the movie Char's Counterattack. So is that movie a sequel to the original series? Why does it want to die? Why does it want to die? A sequel of Zeta and Double Zeta. How many series are there total? I still need to watch, what is it? Iron-Blooded Orphans? That was the one I wanted to watch. Main timeline known as Universal Century. Almost there, friends. Your point of entry is just around the bend up ahead. The last patrol should be here any moment. Once you've dealt with them, be clear to advance, assuming they keep to their usual schedule. Might be prudent to stand watch for a moment after, just in case. $50? That's a lot! That's a lot! How many of those have you watched? That doesn't sound right. Maybe that's like including movies and stuff too? Like movies and like short OVAs? By Ralgar, I knew you lot were good, but I never expected you to defeat them so swiftly. Here goes the finest warrior I know, and I should like to think we have learned something from our time in his company. Now, where's the entrance to the Ducks? Right behind you, I've mapped the branches. You'd have no trouble reaching the hangars or any number of other places. Maybe that's counting like every season separately. Understood. Thank you again for your invaluable assistance. Like every season, every movie, every OVA. As discussed, Ryuga, we shall infiltrate the cast room and cause as much chaos as possible. This will draw the Imperials away from Lisa and her men, thereby allowing them to safely reach the fire control center. If there's nothing else, I'll return to the resistance forces and show them their entrance. May Ralgar guide you to victory. This is your chance to make your preparations, Ryugo. When you and yours are ready, we shall begin. 30 including OVAs. That sounds better. That sounds more correct. So this is gonna be, it's got NPCs though, so that's fine. Price of Freedom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I think I'm at my stopping point for tonight. I actually made way more progress than I thought I would just in this like hour and a half. So I think I will definitely be finishing Stormblood tomorrow. Probably hop on around 9 AM. And depending on how early I finish, I might go to Hollow Knight too, but I have to take my pets to the vet around 3. So we'll see. But yeah. Good night, everyone. Sleep well. Ethan, sleep well. Anime. Do good modding for New Zealand and then sleep well. And everyone have a good night. Sweet dreams.